Every organization has some amount of ambiguity that it's dealing with. And when groups are going through a change to get better, that ambiguity always expands. There are things that we don't know. What people's roles might be, how we'll deliver, even what we'll deliver. And these days, this can be particularly unnerving to people because we now live in this world of answers. I have a question, I can Google it. And frankly, with AI, I often get an answer that seems like the answer. Even with the weather, we know what it's going to be 10 days out from now. So in our lives, we have this dichotomy that in part of our lives, things are so certain. And in other parts, we are vexed with unknowns. That distinction can be incredibly hard for people to deal with, our people especially. And as leaders, when our people are paralyzed by these unknowns, our job is to help them get through this, but not by being the one to come up with every answer. When we do that, if we just give answers to people, then this creates a culture of dependence on leaders, of hierarchy. It slows teams down in the long run if they're always looking to us to answer every question. So instead, I would argue that our jobs as leaders is to help people to embrace that ambiguity. I challenge you guys to actually use this to our advantage. Okay, right, Christy. So how the heck do we actually do this? All right, I got you. I have three recommendations on what we can do to shift this culture. Number one, we have to create safety. If our people are worried for their jobs, then their lizard brains are not going to be able to solve problems creatively. So make sure that they know they're safe in both their jobs and safe to try out new solutions without getting in trouble or getting smacked if it doesn't work. It's more about like, what did we learn from those things? Okay, number two, foster an environment of innovation. My favorite phrase in the world is how might we? How might we resolve a dependency in a faster way? How might we get more clear on our priorities? Using that phrase, how might we, helps people to come up with multiple possible solutions and often get out of a box that they've been in. When we encourage this experimental thinking, this is where real leaders emerge. What do people come up with? When we start to see that uncertainty as freedom and trying something new instead of unanswered questions that keep us from moving forward, it can change the entire culture of a team or an organization, frankly. Okay, number three, set a vision and create a system for transparency. If every person or team is off running their own experiments, they might be headed in very different directions. So help them see that North Star and create ways for people that they can see and get inspired by other experiments that are being run. Make sure you're clear about where those guardrails are. What is the line that you want folks to stay within? So think about those. I would love to hear how you're dealing with ambiguity in your organization. Is it freeing or is it limiting? Leave a note in the comments, shoot me a message. Let's chat about how to shift our cultures when it comes to those big unknowns.